Dhaka moves fast. When you arrive for an extended stay, the density and kinetic energy of the city are immediate. You need to begin your work right away, but logistics often create an instant bottleneck. If you are here for 3 weeks to 6 months, whether for a corporate project, for a medical treatment, or an expat finding your footing, you fall directly into the medium-term duration trap. You are stuck between these two extremes. On one side is the temporary ease of a hotel room. On the other is the heavy, permanent commitment of a residential lease. Let's map this. The horizontal axis is setup effort. The vertical is long-term comfort. Hotels start top left, but comfort plummets over time. Traditional flats sit bottom right. Comfort is high, but upfront investment is massive. This leaves a target zone top right, low effort, high comfort. Fully furnished service apartments are designed to occupy this space. To see if they deliver, we need to evaluate the cost-to-friction ratio of all three options before you commit to a booking. The standard hotel route is a direct transaction. You pay a premium daily rate in exchange for zero logistical planning. The immediate outcomes are predictable. You get instant room access, daily housekeeping, and standardized security on arrival. But look at the spatial reality of a standard corporate room. You are confined to a single box dominated by a bed. There is no space to prepare food, and after 3 weeks, the fatigue of eating every meal out becomes a significant psychological burden. Then there is the financial breaking point. This chart tracks the cost of a hotel stay over time. The premium daily rate curves into a steep, compounding expense. Right here, at the 14-day mark, the cost slope becomes economically punishing. Paying this compounding premium also limits your experience. It keeps you inside a commercial bubble rather than letting you integrate into the city. These buildings are optimized for high-turnover tourists, not for professionals who need to maintain a productive routine for months. Choosing a hotel for a long trip effectively means paying a massive tax for daily flexibility that you don't actually need. On the other end of the spectrum is the traditional unfurnished local apartment. Moving into an empty space in a new city is an overwhelming prospect. You start with bare floors and blank walls. The inputs are grueling. Navigate local lease negotiations, purchase an entire suite of furniture, and manage your own utility setups. The favorable outcomes are clear. You achieve the lowest per-month baseline cost and maximum personal privacy. You gain spatial autonomy, the ability to physically separate your living, working, and sleeping areas. But the math is flawed for shorter trips. The upfront capital and time required to set up the space cancel out the monthly savings unless you stay at least 12 months. For a medium-term stay, a traditional rental forces you to act as a stressed project manager rather than a productive resident. The fully furnished service apartment is a hybrid model designed to solve this exact duration trap. You book a unit with pre-installed utilities, a full kitchen, and housekeeping services already arranged through an agency like REIT Limited. Location is vital here. Planned infrastructure zones like Bashundhara R are ideal for these units because they offer modern security and a predictable environment. Let's compare the three models across our evaluation metrics: standard hotels, unfurnished rentals, and service apartments. Looking at move-in friction, service apartments match the low-effort score of a hotel. You simply walk in and start living. For spatial autonomy, room to breathe and cook, service apartments score as high as unfurnished rentals. Finally, in terms of long-term budget impact, service apartments provide the most efficiency for the medium-term timeframe. You do accept trade-offs. You sacrifice 24/7 lobby services, and you may have a daily commute if your primary business is outside the Bashundhara zone. When you weigh these factors, service apartments function as the most mathematically balanced housing tool for stays spanning several weeks or months. To make a final decision, we have to move from analyzing the real estate to analyzing your specific mission in Dhaka. This scorecard, the allocation test, matches your specific profile to the ideal accommodation. The first profile is the status quo, highly mobile visitors staying under 7 days. If you fall into this category, stick to standard central hotels. You need maximum flexibility and you will rarely use a kitchen. The second profile is the optimizer, medical and family visitors who require strict environmental control. For this profile, book a service apartment. It provides the dietary control and multi-bedroom setup necessary for a family's well-being without a long-term lease. The final profile is the optimizer, corporate expat, professionals on targeted, multi-month assignments. Corporate expats should utilize service apartments in secure zones like Bashundhara R to guarantee immediate productivity. Audit your expected duration and calculate your comfort needs before you default to standard booking platforms. Aligning your housing model with the specific length of your stay solves the logistical puzzle of relocating to Dhaka.